He played 23 games last year for Georgia Tech, 23 starts. That's another three-pointer.
And we talked about him at the beginning of the game. It's about him being able to get into the lane. This is a guy that draws a lot of fouls and will put a lot of pressure. You see Michael Devoe knock down another three. Of course, they're trying to penetrate. Georgia State being able to realize and shut down that lane.
About 4.5 minutes to scoring drought for Georgia Tech, but Devoe will put an end to that with a strong drive and a nice bounce.
Moses Wright is still taking only one shot.
Walker becomes the 9th Seminole to score in this first half. It's not just that Leonard Hamilton plays a bunch of guys. He goes 12 deep.
Rado, that shot definitely a good sign for Josh Pastner. Get him going early.
They create the turnover. Bounce ahead to Devoe to the breaking right. He jams it. Shot clock at 5. Devoe launching and connecting.
You see the 9 assists on 13 field goals. Where they were able.
Rebound taken away by Usher. Devoe sets his feet and hits.
You see Georgia Tech loves to play through the elbows, and Moses Wright. Get him involved.
Too easy for Moses. Tech on an 8-0 run. And the ACC's leading scorer, Moses Wright, with 6 points already.
That game was canceled. Devoe let the defender fly on by and then hits the shot.
Great play that was set up by Alvarado in the penetration.
Not bad. He's now 3 of 9 in his career beyond the arc for Carolina. That's a three-pointer that hits the bottom of the net.
Great ball rotation. Devoe cashes in off the window. Oh my, they use that size to get an easy defensive turnover.
About Georgia Tech's three-point shooting, but here they're getting open three-point opportunities. Nice little fake by Sturdivant, drives the defense away.
And oh boy, gives it away. Oh boy's right. And no one got out.
Under 12 points per game for Amir Sims, the senior from Palmyra, Virginia, and Blue Ridge High School. And that number leads this Tiger team in long-range three. It's Devoe. Clemson has the lead as ACC members. That's off the glass. Physics calculated by Moses Wright.
Alvarado couldn't D up because he has 4 fouls. Clark didn't get the finish. And Devoe hits a 3 on the other end. Devoe driving all the way in the soft touch.
One of the better three-point shooters on this team. Great pass.
Jose Alvarado again.
Don't settle for a 3 unless it's open.
Barnes lost it. Usher to Devoe. He'll stop and pop. Yes!
With the momentum.
7.
Devoe feeling it in transition. Knocking it down.
Really good block there by Moses Wright.
Louisville has started the second half the way they ended the first. Outscoring Georgia Tech 14-2, out-rebounding the Jackets 13-1. Wright for 3, trying to change all that. Drains it. Showing his repertoire.
Devoe up to Alvarado, trying to snap a 6-minute scoring. Usher playing with 3 fouls, has to be careful. Alvarado with 3, it's good. Jose Alvarado with an answer.
His hub has cooled off here in the second half. Missed all 3 of his shot attempts.
Another thing we did not expect to see is another turnover from Virginia. Devoe behind the back and a double-fisted rim rocker from Moses Wright.
They're hoping to get Mike Devoe going. Here he is, 0 in blue, working on Hemingway with the shot clock winding down. That's a tough one for Devoe, and a good start for him. Nice spin by Sims, and then he missed it as he turned away from Rodney Howard.
Nice job by Howard just to maintain his position. And another nice job by Howard setting the screen.
And they played a really challenging conference slate so far. Shot clock winding down on Michael Devoe, and a long 2 to trim the margin to 1. So 51 all is the score with 8.5 to go in this second half from Littlejohn Coliseum. Good hands from Devoe again for Georgia Tech. On the run out, it's Devoe laying it in. Back and forth here in this second half inside of Littlejohn. Michael Devoe has been maybe the best player on the floor.
The three-quarter court back into the 2-3 zone, and then throwing in, sprinkling in some man-to-man has really put Georgia Tech's offense on its heels, although that'll...
Devoe stepped out for this one, Chris.
He is feast or famine, but he stepped into the top of that zone, right in the middle of that gap.
Alvarado best in the conference in steals per game, almost 3 per game. And now Devoe lines up another one, Brian, and it's money.
A lot of that is because of how you see yet another turnover.
Devoe straight away like a layup, Brian.
And I guess that's because he's feeling it. If I've hit my first 3.
And the steal and the 3, and he made it look easy, Brian.
Well, he comes up with the steal instead of going one-on-one. He was like, I'm feeling it. Forget going in for a 2. I'm hot. I'm going to go ahead and knock it down.
Passer will only play 7, 8 guys usually in his rotation.
They go low to Usher, who's sprung free, and Devoe was able to find him.
Really have a good look at that lob. He would have been better off trying to force the action at the rim.
Bradford challenged by Wright and Usher, and it's out of bounds. According to Jamie Lucky, it's Virginia Tech ball.
They tried to go inside right away. They'll try it again, and that might be 4 on Dolezaj. It's going to be 4 on Dolezaj.
And these are significant fouls that Dolezaj is picking up, because now he's got to go sit down and they've got to bring in a less experienced player.
That's half the battle this year, showing up on game day with 1, enough players, and 2, your key players.
Absolutely is. Nice shot by Devoe.
On the bench most of the first half with 3 fouls, and picked up his 4th early in this second half. Devoe the steal. And fouled on the drive.
Standing when their bodies are being encroached upon and drawing fouls.
Alvarado ahead to Devoe. 15 for Devoe, and the lead is 6.
Syracuse is doing a really good job of coming from behind the ball handler and back tapping the basketball.
Devoe +1.
Opportunity right here. Eyes are up. Euro step. Kisses it off the glass. Very nice play.
One of the officials saw the timeout before it was a hold ball. That's the right call. And Georgia Tech use it or lose the timeout before the half. It ends up being a great call.
A dozen for Ian DeBose to get it back down to single digits. DeVoe sends it right back to double figures, connecting from deep, and he's got 14 now. Devoe spun away from DuBose, scored it, plus the foul for Michael Devoe.
Points, 8 for 10 from the field, and none of his buckets more timely than this one to stop the Wake Forest run.
And a 3.
And we talk about the big 3 of Alvarado, Wright, and Devoe. The best shooter would be Michael Devoe, and he's not the guy you want to leave wide open with that much time in transition.
Yeah, Jim Larinaga said in the regular...
I'm going to give it my all. I might not be the most skilled or the tallest, but I'm going to make you feel like I'm just as big as you.
Auguste slipped. It leads to the score for Alvarado. Up the offensive glass for Raekwon Gray.
Michael Devoe, who scored 40 points in the 2 games against Florida State this year with a tough turnaround. 50-foot pass to a teammate for a dunk. That was the dagger at the end of the game, the big bucket they needed. Parham a good look, and they needed that. A 3 for Bubba Parham to get him back within 1.
Close
as it was expected to be between these two. Devoe, the lefty, soft touch up and in, and Tech will take a 1-point lead into halftime. Barnes trying to back down Alvarado and turns it over. Devoe, nice little change of pace.